When your dog stares at you, tail still, eyes soft, what do they actually see? Most people assume dogs think we're just funny-looking humans, or maybe even giant furless dogs. But here's the shocking twist. Your dog doesn't think you're either. In fact, science shows they put you in a completely different category. One that changes everything about how they read your face, your voice, and even your scent. And if you stick with me, you'll discover 10 surprising truths that reveal what you really are in your dog's eyes. Number 5, we'll flip the old pack leader idea on its head. If dogs know we're not their species, why don't they treat us the way they treat other animals? Why do they form a deeper loyalty with us than even with other dogs? Brain imaging studies give us a clue. When dogs smell their owner, the caudate nucleus, a region linked to reward and joy, lights up more than it does for any other scent. That includes other dogs they know well. To your pup, you are a one-of-a-kind category. Not dog, not human, but you. That's why your old t-shirt can calm them better than a store-bought toy, and why they react differently to your footsteps compared to a neighbor's. They have built a sensory folder in their brain that no one else fits. Isn't it humbling to know your dog literally has a you-only setting in their mind? Think about it. What object of yours does your dog cling to when you're away? Share it in the comments. It might be a shoe, a blanket, or even your pillow. Each is proof that you're not replaceable. You're their emotional GPS, always leading them back home. Why does your dog sometimes stare into your eyes, holding that look longer than seems natural? Some owners assume it's a challenge, others think it's begging. But science tells us something more profound. When your dog makes soft, sustained eye contact with you, both of your bodies release oxytocin, often called the love hormone. It's the same chemistry that bonds parents with their babies. Wolves don't do this with humans, which suggests it evolved specifically in dogs as part of their partnership with us. That means every quiet gaze is more than affection. It's biological proof of connection. Imagine coming home tired, shoulders heavy, and your dog just looks at you. No words, no tricks. Suddenly you breathe deeper. That's the oxytocin loop at work. Has your dog ever calmed you with nothing but a look? Comment if you felt that instant shift. To them, eye contact isn't about control, it's about reassurance. We're safe. We're us. And if you return that gaze, even for just 8 seconds, you feed the loop back, making your bond even stronger. Try it tonight. You'll see your dog sigh with peace. Why does your dog sometimes ignore the words you say, but respond instantly to your tone? The secret lies in how their brain processes speech. Like humans, they split it across 2 channels. One side handles the meaning of words, while the other focuses on intonation. For full comprehension, both must align. If you say "good dog" in a flat voice, they hesitate. Say nonsense words in a cheerful tone, and tails still wag. It's not that they don't understand words, they do, but tone is the ultimate lie detector. Dogs are masters at spotting authenticity. That's why fake cheer when you're sad doesn't fool them. They hear it, feel it, smell it. In fact, your voice is the soundtrack of their world. They know your morning good boy tone versus your evening settle down whisper. Think of your voice as the narrator of their life, and they're always listening for cues. What's your dog's favorite phrase that makes them perk up every time? Share it. You might be surprised how many dogs respond to the same loving tones across households. Dogs don't read books, but they do read faces, especially yours. Scientists have discovered something fascinating. Dogs show a left gaze bias only when looking at human faces. This means they scan the left side of our face first, where emotional cues are strongest, then process what they see with the right side of their brain. They don't do this with other dogs or animals, only us. That's why even the smallest change in your eyebrows, eyes, or mouth is picked up by your dog almost instantly. Pretend to smile when you're upset, and they'll still sense your sadness. They notice the difference between your real joy and your mask. It's almost like they're fluent in a language written on your face. Imagine how many times you've walked into a room and your dog reacted before you even spoke. Have you ever noticed them wagging when you were excited but silent? That's their face reading at work. To your dog, your face is a daily weather report, and they never stop checking it. Want to understand your dog like never before? Hit subscribe and let's dive in together. You might fool your coworkers with a fake smile, but you can't fool your dog. Why? Because stress has a smell. When cortisol, your stress hormone, rises, it changes your sweat and even your breath. Dogs can detect this instantly. In scientific tests, dogs accurately distinguished samples from stressed humans versus relaxed ones. That's why you come home frazzled, toss your bag down, and before you say a word, there's a nose nudging your hand. They're not guessing, they're diagnosing. And what do they do with that information? They comfort. Some curl up closer, others press their head against your chest, or gently place a paw on your knee. Have you ever felt your tension break just from that silent gesture? Dogs don't pity you. They pledge themselves to you. In their language, your stress smell doesn't mean weakness. It means, my person needs me. Isn't that beautiful? Drop a paw emoji in the comments if your dog has ever comforted you this way. It might encourage someone else to notice it too. For years, dog training books insisted dogs see us as alpha pack leaders. But if that were the whole truth, why do they run to us for safety, not to submit? Modern research shows that dogs view us as a secure base, the same way children see parents. With us nearby, they explore more confidently, solve problems faster, and recover from fear sooner. With strangers, they don't show the same courage. This isn't about dominance, it's about attachment. When fireworks boom or thunder shakes the walls, your dog doesn't check rank. They check for you. Have you noticed how they nuzzle into your side during storms or curl under your legs when they're scared? That's not weakness, it's trust. They're saying, you're my anchor. To your dog, strength isn't about being in charge. It's about being a steady presence they can count on. Which moment has your dog chosen you as their safe place? Share your story. Those moments are worth celebrating. Why does your dog bark at the vacuum or back away from a balloon, even if nothing bad ever happened? The answer might surprise you. They're borrowing your emotions. Dogs practice something called social referencing. When they face something uncertain, they don't just react. They look to you first. If your body relaxes and your voice stays calm, they approach. If your jaw tightens or you gasp, they retreat. Your reactions write the story in their head. Ever notice how your dog freezes at the doorway until you step through first? That's not hesitation. It's a question. Is it safe? You're the narrator of their world. The vacuum cleaner example is perfect. Maybe the first time it roared, you jumped, and they logged it as a monster. But you can rewrite the script by smiling, tossing treats near it, and showing calm curiosity. Your dog isn't irrational. They're reading you. And when you teach calm on purpose, they'll borrow that too. Here's something astonishing. Chimps, our closest relatives, often fail to follow a simple pointing gesture. But dogs, they excel at it. Through thousands of years of partnership, dogs became experts at reading human signals. They don't just follow fingers, they track gaze, posture, even perspective. They can tell what you see and what you don't. That's why you can guide them with nothing more than a glance or a tilt of your chin. Isn't it amazing that another species tuned itself so closely to ours? If your dog sometimes ignores you, ask yourself, were you sending the signal in human static or in dog-friendly clarity? Full body pointing, stepping toward what you want, and clear gaze direction are dog grammar. They understand that instantly. Your dog isn't stubborn by default. They're tuned to your station. Are you broadcasting clearly? Ever wonder how your dog knows it's dinner time when there's no clock in sight? The truth is, they wear you as their clock. Dogs track the shape of your routines, your footsteps, your morning coffee clinks, even the rhythm of your cabinet doors. They sync their internal rhythm to yours. That's why small changes, a new job, late nights, even tying your shoes at a different time, unsettle them. They aren't obsessed with food or walks. They're obsessed with predictability. Your daily rhythm is their calendar. Have you noticed your dog hovering on weekdays around the same time but snoozing later on weekends? That's them syncing with your schedule. To your dog, your habits are hours, and your presence is eternity. You're not just their friend, you're their timekeeper. And every time you show up consistently, you're telling them the most reassuring story. No matter what, I come back. If dogs love our voices, why do so many whine or pace when we talk through pet cams or phones? It's because your voice without your body is a puzzle they can't solve. Dogs recognize owner voices instantly, even from a crowd. But when it comes from a speaker without your face, scent, or touch, it feels incomplete. That's why random check-ins through cameras often frustrate instead of comfort. Unless you've trained it with predictable cues, like a chime followed by a treat dispenser, it can feel ghostly to them. Your dog wants the whole you, not fragments. When you're gone, silence and consistency are kinder than confusion. Be fully present when you're home, and when you're away, leave the language of calm behind. Sunlight, scent anchors, soft soundscapes, and routines they trust. They don't want a ghost voice. They want the real you. Here's the good news. Once your dog chooses you, they rarely replace you. Major life changes, moves, grief, or long separations can shake bonds, but consistency rebuilds them. Dogs don't downgrade love easily. They don't switch favorites the way humans change friends. What matters most is that your signals remain predictable. Your eye contact rituals, your daily words, your routines. As long as you show up in those ways, your identity as their safe category stays intact. Isn't it powerful to know that to your dog, you're not temporary, you're forever? Comment below if your dog has proven their loyalty in a way that shocked you. These are the stories that inspire other owners to cherish the bond they already have. So tell me, does your dog see you as the clock, the anchor, or the ghost in the speaker? Drop your dog's nickname for you in the comments. Then binge our Dog Psychology Facts playlist. And don't forget to subscribe. Your pup will thank you.